back to an episode of Kate and Isaiah Living Large. I'm Isaiah.
And I'm Kate.
And on this episode, we're going to talk about a study that we read and probably just a bunch of random stuff.
We just read an article about a study.
Not a study. We read an article about a study.
We're not scientists.
We did a whole research. We did a paper on it. But before we get into it, happy Canada Day.
Happy Canada Day.
Hey. Yeah, this will be coming out July 1st. I hope everyone is having some delicious barbecue. Wishing for a nice sunny day.
Yeah, I have some plans this Canada Day.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I'm supposed to be playing in the band at St. Andrews early in the morning. And by early in the morning, 10:30. But outside in St. Andrews, bump, 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 on the trombone. That's what
nice. The bump bomb is. Yeah.
And there's a potential that I might also be singing in the city market at some point. I don't know how these two things are going to work. I haven't figured out the schedules. I haven't learned the schedules.
Fast drive.
But apparently my musical prowess is in demand as part of a larger group.
Next year will be in the countdown, the Canada Day countdown.
There's a Canada Day countdown?
Yeah, it's actually coming back. They haven't done it in like a couple years. Classify is going to be there. It's on the boardwalk.
Oh yeah. Yes, because there's a stage again.
Yes, we can finally use the stage again.
We can use the stage again. That's exciting.
Yeah, so they're doing the Canada Day countdown. They've got like a VIP area that you can pay to get in, or you can just go to the free stuff.
Or you just sit on the patio of one of the local restaurants.
Yeah.
And that poor boardwalk, to be a restaurant on that poor boardwalk in the last 6 years, has had a heck of a time.
Oh, so my goodness.
Supporting local businesses anyway is very important. Shout out Big Tide. And also all of them, because I haven't met a restaurateur that isn't struggling in some way. Because
for sure.
But they need our support. So kudos to the boardwalk for coming back with some talent, with some music, and sit on patio, enjoy some tunes.
Yeah, I'm very excited. And then, also, it's Canada Day countdown. I'm very excited for it to come back. I used to love Canada Day countdowns.
Why do they call it a countdown? What are you counting down for? It's not like it's midnight. It's not like
it's on June 30th.
Oh, like the night before.
It happens on June 30th.
Oh yeah, they used to do that a long time ago.
My friend Anthony used to run them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I remember there was one year, 20 years ago, that I ended up having a party at my parents' house on Darling's Island. And instead of going to,
so they used to do it all the time, and so it's June 30th, and they basically I think it's 9 o'clock. They have to do the fireworks because we do it early.
Yeah,
for the kiddos.
Yeah, but probably later than 9 because it's still daylight.
Yeah, it is probably more like 10.
Yeah,
we do it early for the kiddos, and because we're the first incorporated city in Canada, which just means we did our paperwork well.
I guess so.
Truthfully, that's what it means. We were fast at doing the paperwork.
guys, those other cities are already cities, but we must get the paperwork done.
Basically.
So we can say we're first. What about St. John's, Newfoundland? They're not even Canadian yet.
Not for
another 130 years.
Oh
my God.
Canadian history humor. That's the new shtick. Canadian history humor.
Oh boy, people will not be able to get enough of it.
But yeah, no, I do I am excited for the Canada countdown stuff to come back. That's very exciting.
Cool. That is cool. June 30th.
June 30th.
That was my grandmother's birthday.
Into July 1st.
Yeah, I always like Canada Day.
Yeah. We had a little break there for a couple of days or a couple of years.
I know, but now elbows up.
Now we're elbows medium now, I guess.
Yeah.
No,
it's exciting times. Also celebrating Canadian Multiculturalism Day we would have done that 3 days ago on June 27th.
June 27th. Nice. Yeah. Yes. That's sweet. Where's that? Is that
Well, they've got a thing down at they did a thing at City Hall.
Okay.
I think they did a flag raising or something.
Oh, that's right.
And we're doing a thing at work, so that's cool.
Yes.
I mean, we did do a thing at work.
We did do a thing at work.
It's time.
Times a weird thing like that.
Yeah. And I think I'm in a comedy show this weekend about Canada.
Oh my goodness. With all your Canadian history humor.
Exactly. No, but for real. I want to steal that joke that you just made.
Perfect.
Steal it, just like I stole the land.
Oh goodness.
Oh boy, what's wrong with me?
This episode's going off the lines real fast.
So read a study.
Read a paper about a study.
Read a news article that took me 30 seconds to read about a study about how people with the genetic markers for obesity now in today's time are more affected by those currently than they were in years past.
Yeah, they did a study from like it was 1946, 1957, 1960 something, then 2001 was that's the time frames that they looked at.
Yeah.
And they looked at obesity rates and specifically using the BMI and genetic markers.
Yeah.
And the study, there was what I read, the study wasn't conclusive on it, but they said probably that your genetics will increase the possibility of you being obese, which I guess makes sense as part of the.
Like I've said many times on this podcast, is there are lots of people with the exact same lifestyle as me who are not obese.
Right.
They, not saying that I have optimal lifestyle, but right now, very little movement and I'd say average eating, lots of vegetables, but also some not as good stuff, but and not even I don't even think I overeat like I once did. But who are not morbidly obese, and I am. So there's something else to it.
Yeah. So the genetics makes sense. I think it has a factor in it. I don't think it's the number one factor. I think there are multiple. It's a whole slew of things. But I think it does not help.
And I don't know. When I look around my family, who's the fatty? No, I'm joking. There are certainly signs of people. I don't think there's a person. Very few people in my immediate family and extended family have some relationship with their weight, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I think I am the fattest one. Yay.
Number one.
But I do think it's something that is a constant struggle for many members of my family.
Yeah. And I think when you look at it, I think just like a lot of other diseases and stuff like that, I think the genetics plays a big role in that 100%. Kind of stuff, right?
100%.
So it logically makes sense that some genetics and the based on what I read, and again the article didn't go too big into the study, but it seemed like the closer we got to 2001, the more obese people got, which would make sense in correlation with
the rise of the internet.
Well, the rise of internet and the rise in corn syrup and produced food. Yeah.
I mean, overprocessed food and high fructose corn syrup have been part of the diet since the 50s.
Yes.
That's been where the rise kind of, but then in the 70s and 80s, there were a lot more two parents working out of the home. So not as many home cooked meals at home, and that there's a whole litany of things that lead into this. And then the sedentary lifestyle increasing exponentially over the last 50, 60, 100 years.
Yeah. And I mean, if you're and I know it's very short period of time in the scheme of things, but genetically you have some genes from one family. If those genes are produced to continually cause more obesity, it's gonna, as the generations move forward, you're gonna have more and more obese generations.
100%. In addition to
all the other
pieces. I also read another article that I almost brought forward in the same research. In my research.
In your Googling.
Googling obesity news. And we've talked about this recently, the rise of the semaglutide and GLP-1 needles as a treatment for obesity. So now we're at our fattest stage in humanity, but they've now found this fix, but how it's actually going to progress beyond that, especially as Ozempic becomes more readily available with the non-brand name version being now able to be used in Canada and all of this stuff. But they're now suggesting that it's actually going to take, much like any other disease, a multitude of factors to fix it.
Oh yeah.
So it's going to be, a semaglutide or a GLP-1 or whatever, in conjunction with surgery, in conjunction with a gastroenterologist, in conjunction with, it's a multi-pronged approach.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense for any disease. There's never just one fix to a thing. It's you do have to
multiple. The multi-pronged approach is the best approach. But all I could think when I was reading is I'm just so tired.
So tired.
I'm just so tired. I don't want to go to all the doctor's appointments, but I have, it's important.
Yeah.
So I haven't called my doctor back yet after the news that my Zepbound wouldn't be covered.
Yeah.
But I will.
That's probably important to contact them and see what they can do.
I wasn't in the best state initially,
but
that's
fair. I wonder if they could advocate for you to get something.
That was the advocate. That was what that was. We already knew it wasn't covered. That was the advocating
of it.
And I tried anyway. It's all a process, and I'm going to keep advocating for myself.
Heck yeah. No, I mean, I think it's important. I think, like you said, multi-faceted attacks are important, right? Because it's just not, you can't just rely on one piece of the puzzle to solve everything.
No,
right? And you can lose weight and it'll help. It'll help a bit, but you also have to kind of add exercise into that.
Yeah,
100%. You still need to build up your muscle, and you still need to
100%
all that fun stuff, right? So
and it all goes part and parcel, and blah blah
blah blah blah. All the stuff we talk about all the time.
Yeah. In good news, other than the shoes I'm wearing today, my knees have been a lot better.
That's good.
Yeah. How about you? How are you feeling?
I am feeling okay. I definitely should get my knee checked out. Every time I do any actual exercise with my knee, it's a little bit painful.
Yeah, you really should. Go to physio.
Yeah, I probably should.
It's really important.
Yeah, I say that, and
I know.
In 2 weeks' time, when we sit down again, I'm like, yeah, my knee still hurts.
When I call my doctor, I'm going to immediately text you and say, I called the doctor. Now call a physiotherapist.
There's it's right there by my work too. There's one literally around the corner from.
I know, but it's hard to make the initial call. I get that. That's actually why I went to the one I went to, because it was I could sign up online.
Yeah, that's always nice and easy.
It's the millennial answer, right?
Yeah. We just got rid of Maple, and so we have a new one. I need to figure out what the new one is.
You don't even need to go to a doctor for most plans. You can just go direct to physio.
That's true.
Self-refer. It used to be that they wouldn't cover it unless you went to your doctor first, and your doctor deemed it necessary, but that's just not true anymore.
Yeah, that's true. I just need to see a doctor in general. I think I just need a whole...
You have a doctor, right?
No, I don't have a doctor. You do not have a doctor. I'm on the list.
But you had your blood work done relatively recently.
Yes.
We had...
a year. It's
because you had a vagal response.
Yeah, it's about a year.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and then we had Erin on, who was the one that took my blood.
Yeah. She didn't spill that information. We figured it out.
After. It's fine.
But just, nobody's in trouble here.
No.
But yeah, no, it's important to have that stuff done regularly.
Yeah. No, I think I do need to do like to talk to a doctor of some sort and just at least get a physical done.
Yeah, they don't even really do those anymore. They do your blood work if you show markers of something, but unless you pay for a complete physical.
I might be at this point willing to pay for just a complete workup and see all the things that are really wrong with me.
It's a funny thing because the reason they don't is because you could probably be living with something that doesn't need to be treated because you're not showing any signs, and like it's probably not going to kill you any faster than anything else. But then learning that you have it and then the worry of having something can actually make things much worse.
Sure.
Whereas if you're showing symptoms of something and then you get that caught, I don't know. It's just, there's an interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I would like, so I know that one of my grandmothers had Alzheimer's and one of my grandmothers had cancer. So the likelihood of me getting one of those is probably very high.
Well, not as high as you think. It depends. It depends on your immediate family. Like, your parents are what you need to watch.
Yeah,
because medicine's come so far from grandparents' generation and stuff too, and like there's different factors that feed into it. Like there's lots of history of cancer, heart disease, all kinds of stuff in both sides of the family, but for now, knock on wood, both my parents have been in relatively good health. Except my dad had a pulmonary embolism, and I've been checked for the reason that he had that, and that's clear. So it's in the next 10-15 years that I'm gonna see how that shakes out, I guess.
We'll figure out that
and go from there. But my poor mom had a colonoscopy this week, which appears to have been clear.
Perfect.
But I was over the day before when she was prepping for not a fun experience.
Yeah, no, I got 2 more years before I have to get that done.
You have to get when do you have to get
40?
Why?
That's when they say men should. Well, they say men should start at 40.
50
is when they say you have to have it done. They say you should start at 40. Realistically, they say if you really want to be safe, you should start like 35. But they say 40.
Do you have colon cancer in your family?
There's potential. I mean,
so no,
but I mean, there's potential.
There's potential in everyone, but like
they say at 40, men should start thinking about it. At 50, you definitely are.
Yeah, I'm not doing that before I'm 50.
There are multiple ways I'm going to die. We'll see which one gets me. That, or I'm going to live to be like 100 and something, which is also a potential.
Yeah. You don't even have a doctor. You're not even getting your basic blood work done. You're not signed up for a colonoscopy in 2 years, Isaiah. I don't see it happening. You're like, oh, I've had no medical care in 15 years. Let's shove it up my ass.
Perfect. That's how we start the whole medical treatment. This is where we go. Listen, I am not one to start small. I jump in the deep end.
Some ends are deeper than others. Oh boy. Goodness. On that note, where can people find you on the internet?
You can find me at Maritime Brews on all of the social medias. Where can they find us?
You can find us at Kate and Isaiah Living Large on Facebook and Instagram.
First, you can always donate to us at Buy Me a Coffee. And if you can like, share, subscribe, comment, and tell me how crazy I am on all of the social media, or on all of the places you listen to your podcasts, or come on over to the place with the YouTubes and watch our videos.
Smash that like button.
Smash that like button. But until next week, happy Canada Day, and bye.
Bye.